Jlp Won, Pnp Won, non-partisans won. We all have made some winning somewhere or other. As the Prime Minister stated somewhere along the line, it's a victory for Jamaica. That sounds very good. Every Jamaican should share in that victory. If it's a victory merely for the Labour Party, sad, sad, sad. The Labour Party lost the election completely. If it's a victory just for the PNPs, the PNPs have lost in a big way. If the non-partisan not included, then we are not really building Jamaica together. So let's transform the statement into meaningful category. I would like at this point to thank my viewers. You have done very well in viewing. I'd like to thank those who shared the videos I've posted. Please go back and look at 2 videos I try to put out to help us understand some things. And I'm grateful to my subscribers. You've always been with me. We've worked together, and we will continue to work together. But I'm especially grateful for those who took the time to comment. Your comment is very helpful. May I say, even the negative comments are very helpful. And I thank you very much. And I'm also asking at this stage, those of you who haven't subscribed up to now, your subscription is important. This platform is not a political machine to build partisan desires and hope. This is a platform trying to help us as Jamaicans to see how best we fit in with the building of Jamaica, developing the talents that are here, helping to build wealth and to spread wealth, helping to build for the present and the future. Whatever the future may be in time lapse, but we also try to look beyond present reality to future eternal reality. And that's what this platform is about. So let's get down to work. Victory, victory. Here and there, victories being celebrated, and rightly so. If one candidate in his or her area manage to gain majority vote, yes, that's a victory. But the opposing or those who didn't do too well should see some sort of victory in X number of people showing, I love you, I care for you, I believe in what you're doing. The long and short of it is, we are in it together. And I'm taking the time to say, yes, we're in it together, and let that be meaningful to all of us. I'm pegging my reasoning, my pronouncement on the story of Joseph and Pharaoh. Track it with me, and let's see how much benefit we can gain from all of this. I'd like you to notice what happened there. Joseph, let's work with him. He became a nation builder. He became international builder, and he was in such a position that he could help all those around in time of great crisis. How could that happen? Well, let's look at something. Joseph did not spend his time complaining, quarreling, getting equal, distributing blame. First and foremost, he was properly connected to the master of the universe, to whom he paid great reverence and devotion. At one point in his existence, he had to cry out, how can I do this great wickedness and sin against my God? He was God conscious. He was conscious of divine existence. He was conscious of divine leading. And he was submissive to that divine leading. Joseph was faithful to his fellow stewards. Because of his faithfulness, he was climbing up the ladder. Let's look at him in Potiphar's house. Madame Potiphar, look at him, and she had a mindset that was not according or was in harmony with Joseph's mindset. And so Joseph said, no, whatever happened, I am not going in with you. I'm standing on principles. I'm standing on what I know to be righteousness. So what is all this about? I heard somebody saying that there could be a fourth term to the JLP if they walk a certain way. And I do believe that is true. And I also believe, whether it sounds contradictory to you, the PNPs can be victorious if they walk a certain way. Look, Joseph did not spend his time telling how wicked Potiphar's wife was. I don't have any record of him making any complaint or anything when Mr. Potiphar came in. He should have dealt out justice in a better way. He should stand up and examine what was happening around. He didn't do that. He sided with his wife and put poor Joseph in prison. Innocent man, gone to prison. But he was faithful in what was assigned to him. He carried out his task with dignity. He carried out his task with a sense of responsibility. He carried out his task as it were, they are depending on me, and this is what I'm going to do and do it well. And because of that, he was climbing upward. Let me say to those, you didn't ask for advice, but as a concerned citizen, as a steward of the realm, I'm dishing it out anyway. Like Joseph, don't spend your time telling us about the faults of others. Don't begin to tell us how thief they are. Yes, stealing is going on all sides. You all know it. But when you spend your time and telling me how much that one thief, how much am I getting out of it, where he took money from, how he gained that money, yes, we need to to highlight some of the fault. But when it comes to some things, instead of telling me how thief they are, begin to tell me and the others about your honesty. Begin to let us see that you're honest. Begin to let us feel that you're honest, not just to hear how honest I am. We must feel the totality of your honesty. It must impact our life, whether you're in leading Jlp or you're in opposing Pnp, whether you're non-partisan or not. Joseph could have spent his time looking at the immoral woman, trying to persuade him. Yes, we may have to make mention of some of the immorality and corruption around us. And spend all the time telling me about that. Begin to tell me how moral, how sound you are, if not in achievement, but in development. For as some people will quickly point out, none of us can begin to sign in big letters, perfect. You know something? When people notice that you are moving towards perfection, you are moving towards rightful living, there is a magnet in that that is attractive. It draws people towards you. Don't just point out to me and to the nation and to all around how stupid the others are. Maybe stupid, but they have followers. Whether these followers stupid or not, and the majority, we will work with them. You begin to tell us how wise you are. That's good. You tell us, yes, I'm walking the path of wisdom. Let us hear wisdom. Let us see wisdom. Let us feel wisdom. Let us be impacted mentally, socially, physically, materially by your wisdom. Share your wisdom in a big way instead of sharing the other individual's stupidity. Wealth. Yes, when you're telling us a wealthy nation, and I do believe that Jamaica is a wealthy nation, wealthy materially. I've seen some people displaying wealth. Jamaica is wealthy. And if you were to look around, you would see wealth. Mhm. Wealthy materially, wealthy intellectually, wealthy socially, wealthy spiritually. Jamaica is one of the country with most churches per square mile. Wealthy physically. I've had the joy of getting near some people. One of my good friends, he's knocking his 102 now and still up and around, still thinks well, still move well, still counsels well. Another one is 99 and a half, still going. Listen to him performing the other day. It was tremendous, physically fit. Mm. So wealth is here. Don't spend time telling me and all the others how much abuse the others inflicting on that wealth. It will help us more if you begin to tell us how you're going to help to build on that wealth, how you're going to help to distribute that wealth, genuinely informing us, genuinely helping all of us to share in that wealth. And I want to touch another point from the Joseph scenario. Joseph was not an Egyptian. Come now. Joseph was a slave boy. But when the Pharaoh heard about him, the Pharaoh said, bring him, come, clean him up and bring him, come, and let me reason with him. And eventually the Pharaoh made him governor of Egypt, as it were, hand over everything to him and say, carry on, build out of the experience you have. I have had some neat comment. You are not PNP, you are not Labour, you didn't vote, you didn't have a say. It's part of the downfall of Jamaica. I'm not guessing this, I've seen it. There were those who were challenged at one stage because they were not belonging to. You can leave at any time. I've met some of them in Toronto who moved out. They move out with their skills. They managed to move out with their money. They managed to move out with their family. I can see one woman now. She's telling me how her business was thriving in Jamaica. She employed so many people. She went to Toronto with her business, with her skills, with whatever she had, and she was building there. I've met some in the US. I've met quite a number in London. You don't have to be Labourite to be a nation builder. You don't have to be a PNP to be a nation builder. Yes, if we can come together under party umbrella, we may be stronger in building. But look, if there's that little slave boy in that corner that needs some come out of the prison, clean up, and let us experience and let us share in your skills and your devotion. Get that slave boy, get that slave girl, promote them. Kisses must not just go by favor. All must not be done as reward. Look genuinely, sincerely for the talents, for the skills, for the devotion. Don't tell me if I'm not a PNP, I must be killed, I must be dismissed, I can leave the island, I don't have anything to share, I must shut up. No, that is destruction to the island. We need each other. And look carefully at those who are building, those who want to build, those who are devoted. And wherever you find them, encourage them. Draw from the Joseph, who is a prisoner, a foreigner, sold into slavery by wicked people, but he had connection, he had skills, he was devoted, was diligent. Mm. So we grow together. If we would develop, we have to move from that point where the first thing we want to do is to pick a quarrel and you cuss them, give them some nasty mouth. That's not helpful to nation building. It tells us we're falling short. And by the way, may I suggest to those who are in leadership position, we have to develop that mentality of discernment. Let me just say something here. The person in your party, leader, whoever you have, councillor, parliamentarian, chief administrator, the people who are in your party displaying disgusting qualities, displaying killing mentality, displaying abusive attitude, they are destroying your party, your system, more than the man over in the other party who is diligent and devoted building his party. He's not destroying you, he's building you. He's building the nation. So leaders must reach a point where they frown publicly and that which they do not condone. I was greatly moved when there was an American election. A woman approached John McCain and expressed some derogatory remarks about Barack Obama publicly. Instantly, John McCain rebuked her. That's not what I am about. Obama is a decent citizen. We have different ideas, but he's a decent citizen. That's what leadership ought to be about. When you know that they are lying, tell them that's not what you stand for. When you know that they're stealing, when you know that they want to injure the people because they're not of the party, stand out and tell people that's not what you're for, and show them by example that you are upright. You intend to build Jamaica. Yes, we're in it together. Don't begin to win 2030 when it's January 2030. Put on a high flung campaign. Begin to win 2030 now. And as you go along, let us all be victorious. Let us all help one another to be victorious. And I must mention this: when you spend time destroying others, you're not just doing it nationally, you're doing it internationally. For people are looking at, they're saying, is that what their prime minister is all about? Is that what leaders' position is all about? Is that what they practice? Is that what they do? Mm-mm. I'm not going to Jamaica. I'll have nothing to do with Jamaica. Are those leaders criminals? Are they encouraging criminal activities? I am not suggesting for one moment that we must condone evil, cover evil, and just brush everything aside for peace sake, to be seen as. No, that's not what I'm saying. But do not spend the bulk of the time washing the dirty linen. Find time, wash the linen, hang out the linen in a nice place to dry. Encourage those who are throwing the dirt and the linen to stop throwing the dirt and there, and show them that you're in for clean linen. Help to clean up. You see, road want to fix, but because you are not in the party going, you let the road run down so that the other can be destroyed. But you have to drive on the road. Your followers have to drive on the road. Hmm? A lot of things we need to do. It's not just building the infrastructure around us. It's having change mindset. Government leaders create the atmosphere within which people can comfortably build. Those who are leaders in churches, in the educational system, those who are farmers, those who are leading out in their homes. We all have great responsibilities. You know, I'm quite moved by some who are overseas. They seem to be more concerned about the building of Jamaica than some who are living in Jamaica. They devote a lot of time. You have people who are sending money, sending barrels, sending this to help build their family. Encourage them. Work with them. Look for the Josephs at home. Look for the Josephs abroad. Look for the Joseph in the Jlp camp. Look for the Joseph in the Laborite camp. Look for the Josephs who are non-partisan. And wherever you find them, call them. Call them to the nation building. And let us be wise and prosper together. Thank you for viewing. If you're blessed, why not share, comment, and subscribe. Have a blessed day.